hate puppies. It's a good podcast.
I feel threatened.
So what did you learn?
I like that one, Stu. That was actually pretty timely. Kind of impressed. Don't know what I expected, but it wasn't all that. That was pretty good.
You never know. It just comes to you.
Killing it. You don't just smell like Fritos. You also bring something to the table. It's super exciting.
Yeah.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Inside the Pallet House. Hope you're having a good week thus far and hopefully an even better weekend. Spoiler alert, it's going to rain.
Like every weekend.
God.
Dude, the last 48 hours has just been a tease.
Oh, it was horrible. Like, I didn't even like it. I was like, oh, really? That's cool. I sit in my office and look outside and see people smiling, and then I'll go outside when it's raining. That's how I live. Like, I'm fucking from Seattle.
Be the fourth or fifth weekend of precipitation. Like, it's getting out of hand.
I'm moved to Seattle. At least then it'd be cool.
Do you open your window and say, "Smile all you want, it's going to rain this weekend"?
Yeah, exactly. For those that don't recognize that voice, that is Chris from the Teach Me Babe podcast. I'm glad you're here, man. How are you?
Good, man. Thanks for having me.
Dude, glad to have you, to say the least. That was not Ely's voice.
Nope.
Still on an excused absence. I'm sure we'll cover it at a later date. But we got Chris filling in on fourth mic this week, and certainly glad to have you. I'm surprised that you're still wanting to talk, considering now you do this crap. You have to talk. You have to talk every single week. How's that going?
Good. You guys got a little different format, though. It doesn't require any effort or planning.
Oh, you picked up on that? I thought we were hiding that.
I don't know if I'm offended or if I'm like...
Wait, don't you see the outline?
Oh, yeah, the board.
Yeah, you see all the... Look, now I'm using I have a notebook now.
Yeah.
I've graduated. Because I can't get stuff to come off that dry erase board. That's just a dry board.
Yeah,
The
it was
erase.
a dry erase board.
Yeah, the erase part has not been working in my favor, unfortunately. So yeah, you guys over at the Teach Me Babe podcast, you and Sam every week have to come up with a topic. I'm sure that was awesome for the first little bit.
Yeah, it's so much more fun when you can just sit there and say shit and not actually have to sit there and plan stuff out and come up with a theme and then feel how you're going to roll from one idea to the next idea.
Yep.
Yeah.
At least, though, the way you guys have it set up, you only have to come up with a topic every other week.
Yeah, right. She
Still-
drives 1 week, I drive 1 week.
I'm sure it creeps up on you pretty fast, though.
Yeah, it feels like more than that, I'm sure.
Well, I mean, during the workday, I'm sitting there like, don't really feel like reading resumes, but...
Do you have one in the can for tomorrow? Because you release on Fridays, right?
No, not yet. So feel free to shoot us an email at chrisandsam@teachmebabe.com with some fresh ideas that don't involve penises.
Wow. There goes the history of circumcision.
Well, you are knocking down your
that might not be bad. History of circumcision.
Okay, look at this.
There you go.
I love this. This is like in college when they told me, we want you to do a report and we want you to, it was the kind of report where you give a speech and you try to get people to kind of change their opinion about something. There's a word for this that's
there
escaping
is.
me. Persuasive.
There we go.
Persuasive.
There we go.
And so,
big brain.
and they were like, but we don't need you guys talking about alcohol and drugs. Like, you guys always want to do that, and we're not going to. And so I was like, challenge accepted. And I came in and talked about the French paradox and how, drinking wine in moderation and eating fatty foods. And like, you can do this and you can still live longer if it's done in moderation.
Right.
So I hit it underneath.
Oh, yeah, you really hit it.
But I still got an A.
Dude, I did that same class. Actually, I think our buddy Chuck was in my class.
Yep. Okay.
And I did a persuasive speech on why we should use condoms and went to the little Radford Health Clinic and got free samples to hand out to everybody as a part of my presentation.
I would like to counter-argue. I would be glad to tell the other side of that. Point counterpoint.
Those things are way too big.
Nope.
What are we all sailors?
Yeah. Exactly. Stu should.
Okay.
He was in the Navy.
That's right.
He was in the Navy.
Yeah, they go around port to port.
Yeah, dirty bugger.
Excuse me, do you have a fitting room for these?
Yeah, I'll just tell you now. Go small.
Yeah, at Speech 101, I think the one speech I remember where everybody had to do the same topic was tell us why you'd have your headstone and what it would say.
Oh,
Or,
jeez.
like when you, I was like, oh,
Go
there's
with
a fun
That
topic.
sounds fun.
Yeah.
Go with my name.
Yeah.
Probably the dates.
Yeah.
Birth and death.
Yeah.
Pretty
Kind
basic.
of leaning
guy.
towards
Yeah.
an obituary. I think that's
I
what
did
it was more
another.
of a-
I'm 21, so I really don't know what I've done with my life. So,
exactly.
Maybe I'm a dad. Maybe I'm not. Maybe I've been to the moon. I don't know.
I remember now. I'm thinking about all the papers I've had to write for where I've gone against the grain.
Busy work.
I got busted doing chewing tobacco in high school,
Yeah, buddy.
and the football coach caught me. Which I wasn't even on the football team, so like why I was worried that he was like, oh, busted.
Don't cut me. What's your name?
Bro, I learned this from all of the people you coach.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, get off my back. But he made me write a 5-page essay on the dangers of chewing tobacco, and I handed in a 5-page essay on why chewing tobacco is better than smoking.
There you go.
And had a ton of really good info on it. Like, worked out.
Dude, we were talking the other night. Think about college admissions people and how many fucking essays they
Oh,
have to
God.
read about how coronavirus has ruined my life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's true.
Hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, how do you put a fun spin on that?
You could have just ended with think about all the essays they have to read. I was already like, oh, that does sound like it sucks. And then you throw in the coronavirus thing. It's like, ooh, that's even worse.
Yeah, could you imagine reading 18-year-old essays all day long?
How their life is ruined.
But you see, again, you would just counterpoint that. Be like, I never really knew my family as well as I do now. I really understand
Yeah, but
myself
still-
better.
Okay, so
So say you spin it, I
Brendan
think you
the
would
contrarian here.
you would stand out. Oh, dude, all I think about is how sad I am. Like, so I get it. Like, but I would probably put on that brave face to
Right.
stand out.
But
you know?
40% of them are probably the COVID sucks and here's why. And then the other 40% are the positive spin. And then every once in a while you get something that's not COVID related.
Yeah, I beat Halo 17 times.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how you stand out. No
Yeah.
COVID talk.
With my toes.
Yeah, exactly. You seen my left foot? Well, it's not that serious, but I still did pretty well.
Oh man.
Yeah, I saw my mother-in-law today briefly, and she had come by to drop off some like sandals and stuff for the girls, and she's had kind of a rough go. So shout out to my mother-in-law. I'm sorry you've had they lost their dog recently.
Did they
And-
find it?
No.
To COVID.
It was COVID related.
COVID related.
So unfortunately, their dog passed away. Troy.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
There's a difference.
I understand that, and now I
Or
see
maybe all those lost dog signs I've seen, I'm really wrong.
he put those up.
I thought they were like tombstones.
Yeah.
Troy's gonna feel bad in about 30 seconds. So she used to walk the dog every day, and then she still likes to go for the walks. So she said that she's been going for walks, and she was really bored because there's no dog and
No
she's
poop
just
to
walking.
pick up.
So she's like, so I started listening to your podcast.
Oh,
a lot.
no.
Yeah, so that's why I said you're gonna feel really bad in about 30 seconds.
Here we go.
Well, she's been a listener for more than one episode. She knows I'm the funny one, so she should expect nothing but.
Actually, she said you're the one who curses the most.
Is that true?
Apparently.
Oh.
Apparently.
I don't know. I don't even know if I'd say that.
Even
Yeah.
I defended. I
Yeah.
immediately went, "Pff, no, Ely. And then she goes,
But I'm on
No.
more than
Well,
you.
yeah, you're on more often.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
Exactly. He probably squeezes more curses in the hour and 40
Yeah.
minutes,
Yeah.
but she's heard you more. So, but yeah, she was like, I'll tell you what, you guys are awesome. She's like, it's really funny. Keeps me going. She's like, I can get one episode is 2 walks for me. And she's like, and now I'm going back through the back catalog. I was like, yes.
Nice.
This is fantastic. So, yeah, I can only say so much when you guys bring up condoms. And so I may be tempering some.
Yeah, did you send her a list of episodes not to listen to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's the top 10 you can hear.
Speaking of the way we do this show, this is going to be a totally different show from here on out.
Exactly.
Where are we volunteering next week, guys?
Exactly. Is it Soup Kitchen? I think it's the Soup Kitchen, right? I believe so.
I get them all mixed up. We do so much.
I saw there
know.
was a post from M4K for donation to Feed More, I want to say, this week.
Yeah, that happened.
Yeah.
$400,000.
$400.
Do you imagine if you're the charity that we just...
How much was it? It was 40. It was started
40
with
grand.
40
I wanna say.
grand.
Yeah.
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 I need to, I always reach out to these people in November and just hit them up for money. I need to consolidate all of those awesome pictures of all the money being given
Yeah.
and wait till 6 months out. So that would be what?
About now.
Yeah.
May?
Yeah.
And then send it to that whole list to be like, you did good things, and I'll talk to you in 6 more months.
Yeah.
Start saving.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get that second job.
Get them to donate now. Just stockpile it.
It's not a bad idea. I think we should do some kind of fundraiser in the summer and just stockpile that money and then drop it on the whole team.
It's not a bad idea.
I'm still growing. So
Yeah, I haven't shaved.
Yeah,
Oh,
if you stockpile that money and just sit on it,
Yeah.
and then you go through the November thing, and you're competing with whatever that douchey team was, and then
boom.
and then all of a sudden you're neck and neck, and you drop like 10 G's on them.
yeah, boom.
That would be.
Yeah.
Done. That would be awesome. And then we'd have money to drop on people to get them to Granders and stuff. I mean,
Or what we do is we had a great big team last year. Now we just go back to Brendan.
Right.
And all of us just give all of our money to Brendan.
just win.
Yeah, so he's
Yeah.
the top earner.
If we could even do that with our full team, it's crazy. Some of those people raise so
We
much
can't beat
money.
those guys at their own game.
You could do it the other way around. Just immediately, like the first day, drop 12 grand. Say we're out of
Just
the game.
set the pace.
Yeah.
Beat leaders for one day. Gotcha.
Yeah.
You don't think all the board members have thought of these things? They know what's up.
They do.
I guess.
But have they not shaved their mustache or trimmed it since November? Because that is where I've got them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have kept this thing coming in. Even the beard around it doesn't hide what's under my nose.
Yeah.
It's bad. I have my first face-to-face work meeting next week. Since I've been letting it go, and it's at a country club of all places.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hey, why don't you meet me at the country club? We'll have a drink and discuss the plan." And I'm just thinking, I'm gonna look like a pirate. I noticed this week I was on a bunch of WebEx calls. I got called the Vandy Camp guy. They were like, "How are the fish sticks coming in?" I was called.
Dude, you need to go to your meeting in just a full kilt. Go full on.
Just go for it.
yeah.
The best one I was called
Get the hat,
was-
the beret.
I was called the cartoon guy who ties up the lady to the railroad tracks.
Whiplash, nightly
Yeah.
whiplash or whatever.
That sounds right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's getting a little bushy up there, a little bushy.
Keep it all year.
I'm having to put Vaseline on the webcam. So it's like, oh, you can't make it out. It's just a beard.
A little hazy.
Yeah.
That's why Vaseline's on the webcam.
So is this the yeah, that's
That's Kentucky jelly, Troy.
So is this the longest you've gone with the mustache?
Yeah, I mean, I just keep letting it go. It's really annoying. It gets up my nose. It gets in my mouth. I'm constantly combing it out so that it's not in everything. It's horrible. My wife's not a huge fan.
Yeah.
And it's usually I'm always like, come on, you're exaggerating. It's not that bad to kiss me when I've got this. Now when I kiss her, all I feel is mustache cramming into her face. I'm like, oh, that's so horrible.
You can hear it go on the way in.
Yeah, I've been reduced to 2 kisses a day. It's literally wake up
Yeah.
and good night, and that is there's nothing
The
else
end.
there. I hope this doesn't become just the norm forever. I need to get rid of this thing next month.
Well, what? It's been. We're coming up on the end of February, so it's 4 months.
Which is still shocking at how small my mustache is for 4 months of growth, but it's also pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty intense.
Is it from
Yeah.
over there?
It's
You
like
see it pretty
full
well?
hipster.
Yeah, cool.
You just made his day.
Yeah, that's right. But skinny jeans are still out.
That's right.
Talking to you, Jay. I know he reached
Yeah.
out. He gave me a hard time. I'm still wearing the skinny jeans.
It's all good.
Nope. Canceled.
Don't be that guy.
That's right. Canceled. It's all canceled. Go ahead, Stu. I would love to see where this goes. You were going to go.
I just thought you were talking about a little bit of some potatoes and the cancel culture.
I was wondering if that's where he was going to go. It's not where I was headed.
Okay,
but I did see they dropped the Mister from Potato Head today.
Shut
Officially.
up.
Nope.
Hasbro dropped the Mister, which honestly,
Did they drop the Mrs. too?
Yeah,
They
it's
had
just
a Mrs. Potato Head.
it's just Potato Head.
Nice.
That's what it's called now, and
They
Hey,
Potato Head.
They're solving first world problems like we are.
it should just be he, she, Potato Head. If we're gonna do it, let's start breaking down pronouns. It was I'm
confused.
At first, when I saw this, I was kind of like, well, I get it. It's kind of a sign of the times. Like, I understand kind of what they're doing. Then I read, like, the history of Mr. Potato Head. Boom. Topic for you on Teaching You Later. So apparently in the 1950s, Hasbro just came out with Mr. Potato Head, and all it was actual, like, lips and mustaches and eyes that you stuck in your own potato.
Yeah.
So, like, no potato provided. So they could have just called it Mr.
Yeah.
Mr. Banana Head, Mr. Potato Head. But that was the whole shtick is, people had potatoes.
Yeah.
And you could
Except
stick them in
Irish.
there and you could watch it slow. Look, dude,
Except the Irish.
that famine ended
Oh.
by 1850. We were back on our feet.
Yeah,
for
y'all
the
are
record.
killing it.
Like 1845 to 1848 was a difficult period. 1847 being by far the worst.
Yeah, you remember.
Of
Yeah.
course. I still wake up in a sweat.
Yeah, just sit straight up in bed.
Yeah, oh God! Oh, the blight.
Where's my Mr. Potato Head?
The potato blight.
Dude, how much money has the damn Hasbro family made off of that piece of plastic?
The article said when they came out, it was 99 cents, which was equivalent to
$10.
$10. And I
Yeah.
would it say they sold like 1 million units in the
Yeah.
first
Oh my
year or something?
gosh.
And it was just little pieces of plastic you stuck in a potato. And so they made Mr. Potato Head, and you could put the comic mustache in there, which now is my look.
The mustache.
And you put the eyes in it and everything. And then the very next year, they were like, oh, perfect. We'll do a Mrs. Potato Head. We're inclusive. By 1957, Hasbro had figured out how to be inclusive. And now they're coming all the way back because they're saying you can't have Mr. or Mrs. in front of it. Didn't they just cut their market share in half? Because now they're just
Yeah.
selling a potato head. You used to be able to sell a Mr. and a Mrs. And you know what? There was no problem with, hey, I want my kids to, we have 2 mommies in this house.
Yeah.
Okay, go buy 2 Mrs. Potato Heads.
Yeah.
Or buy a Mr. Potato and a Mrs. Potato Head. Mix it up.
Swap the parts around.
You could do whatever you want. So I'm kind of like, I don't know what they've actually
Isn't
accomplished.
that what everybody does with the Mr. Potato Head anyway? Like, you're immediately like, put the eyes where the ears should be. This
Yeah.
is hilarious.
Yeah, you turn it into a Picasso.
Yeah.
It's not like you,
Yeah.
it's a Picasso head. I feel like I understood when I saw the article. I was like, I get it. They're going with that. But now I'm like, I don't even understand what you've accomplished.
Nothing.
Because this toy had always been designed where you could, it was the most fluid toy in the
Yeah.
world. So you haven't really accomplished anything, Hasbro.
Yeah, it was
They didn't change anything.
fluid, inclusive, all that stuff. Like, anyone can play it. It could be anything. Like, your imagination was...
If I'm a Mrs. Potato Head who chooses to be called Mr. Potato Head, I could do that before. I can do that now.
Yeah.
They fix nothing. It's literally a virtue signal for the sake of a virtue signal without actually accomplishing anything.
Yeah, I would agree. And that's unfortunate.
They should make name tags, and then you could put the Mr. on the Mrs., and then at least now we can identify. This is what they should have done.
Well, I mean...
Chris just rolls his eyes. He's like, what the fuck are we talking about here?
I mean, Mr. and Mrs. is still a thing, right? Like, how are we...
Yeah, I can go by
There's still a title.
he, him,
You can
she,
change whatever
her.
title you want.
Yeah.
I can choose my pronoun. That's understood. I can pick up whichever box I associate with. Go with it. I can buy 2. I can mix and match. Now I got to buy 1 potato head. It better come with all the parts.
Yeah.
If it comes with all the parts, I'm willing to be okay with it. Like, okay, potato head now. But I think they're going to try to sell me a girl box and a male box. That'll piss me off.
No, is it going to come with a little penis you can attach or detach?
It better.
Well, it was funny, too, because as to Chris's point, like, they're not sexed. Like, it's just a label. Like,
It was just that's
Yeah.
exactly. There is no penis. There's no nothing. It's like this one has long hair. That could be a boy or a girl. They were always kind of.
did they even have hair?
Yeah, couldn't you? Can
Yeah,
you put
there's
hair?
a- there's
a
you
way
could
to
put
look
a
at
stupid hat on him.
Yeah.
I just feel like they changed it for no real reason.
I wonder if they're going to go after the Spud next. Because in the set, you can have the kid. It's Mr. Potato Head Spud. It's the kid. That's what they call him.
That doesn't sound gender neutral.
Oh, like a Spud and a Spudette.
It just
but
says
now-
the Spud set.
Spud with a Z on the end.
Spuds.
Super Spud.
Spuds could be whatever. You'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I'm good with Spuds. I don't know. I just feel like they did it for not much of a
Yeah.
benefit there.
Yeah,
But
aside from being able to throw a news article out there saying how inclusive they are.
but they were always inclusive. If they
maybe
had
putting
made
a
it,
maybe it was putting a shot back in the Mr. Potato Head game. Maybe it was.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe-
sure
true.
it did.
Yeah.
I'm sure it did. But like, it would have been offensive had the peg on the female ones been square, and the peg on the male ones been round.
Yeah.
So you couldn't interchange. They were like, no,
Oh, yeah.
it
Yeah.
has to only be all
Or if
male.
the packaging was like Mrs. Potato Head for girls only to play with. Like that's not what it was. It was like anyone can play with anything and build anything they want with it.
That was the whole point.
Yeah.
It's like Legos, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I can make
What's
whatever
poor
I
Lego
want.
going to have to deal with in the future?
Well, at least they were never Mr. Lego.
Mr. Lego, yeah.
Sons of bitches.
But damn thing comes with cat ears and dog faces and a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, there's so many interchangeable parts. I mean, that's
Okay, then I kind of get. So if they start to include all the crap,
But that's probably
that's
been around
in
for
general.
years.
Yeah, in general, that's what you get. Like if you buy the whole super set, as they call the Super Spud set, you get everything.
so
Lady,
I could always make it everything.
right?
Well, then maybe that's why they took. See, I'm working through it in my little pea brain. Okay, I get it.
But it is. But that's the same. You know, it's the same thing with the. Well, no, I guess not.
The capitalist in me thinks that you're losing an opportunity to make more money.
Yeah.
That's so maybe I'm scum. I don't know. As I work through it, I'm like, okay, if they give you all this stuff, I get it.
I just don't think it was that big of a problem to your initial point.
Yeah, but I guess they needed it.
How many people did Mr. Potato Head offend, in reality?
I don't remember.
Dozens.
I don't.
I mean,
But the question is yeah, but it's not. So it's. There's no kids that are offended by Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head.
That was the beauty of the toy from day one. I could put an ear on the nose. I could put hair on a dude. I
Right,
could
but
do
what
whatever I
you
what
can
I'm
want.
put the
saying is
big
it-
red lips on the Mister. You can put the
Yeah,
eyes on the Mister. Like
dude,
who cares?
mine was
I know, but is this-
immediately a bearded lady. Like boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, but is this the result of a Karen calling in and
100%.
putting pressure on something because there's no reason to change it?
Don't all roads lead back to Karen in 2021?
Are there any job titles that are still gender specific that are left? Because there's no more firemen; they're firefighters.
Yeah,
There's
it's just-
no more. No more stewardesses? They're flight attendants.
yeah. But I get all that.
Yeah.
Like that's. I don't really.
I
see
still
it-
say call your congressman.
There's no more manholes. They're what do they call them? Worker. They're not manhole covers anymore. There's something else.
Hole covers.
What is the other possible name? I'd never. You're
Yeah.
blowing
Look
my
at-
mind.
Get our producer
see
here
here.
to look it up. But they changed manhole covers. The names of it.
To sewage cover
I don't know.
or something.
I don't know. But I mean, man is like in a lot of words, so that will be changing a lot of
Yeah.
things.
That'll come. Yeah, for sure. I'm shocked about this manhole thing. I want Stu to use his Google powers.
Well, somewhere in California they started it.
Okay, and
That checks out.
California.
what's the gender?
Man-made. Let's see here, including manhole and man-made.
All right.
They're
Well,
not-
we're
they're
gonna
not-
have to move on.
Stu can look it up.
I thought Stu was gonna be humming along. I don't know what I was
We'll put it in the notes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
in the liner notes. I'll be on a brand new topic, and Stu be like, "I got it! I got it! They're called street covers," which they could be street covers, I guess.
Artificial covers.
Artificial
I
covers.
don't think that's what
Maintenance.
they were covering.
So yeah, they're changing it to just maintenance holes.
Maintenance holes. It's a maintenance cover.
It's maintenance holes. It's not a manhole cover. It's a maintenance hole. So they're doing away with the cover completely.
Fair enough.
Could you imagine
mean-
a couple guys standing out there on the road and Carl's like, "Hey, pull that manhole cover off." Carl, I've told ya. It's a maintenance hole cover. We got to be sensitive to Delilah over here.
I'm gonna turn you into HR.
That kills me. All right, so
Manhole.
speaking of just horribly off topic then from there. I saw this thing the other day, and it absolutely cracked me up because I love anime people. Anime people crack me up to no end. They're a very interesting bunch, to say the least. But there is a video game that's huge in Japan called Azure Lane. Nobody?
Azure Lane.
Nobody?
Blue Lane.
Oh.
Blue Lane.
Yeah.
Boom.
Sierra Azul.
So the whole thing about Azure Lane is like,
That's Japanese?
you did it. You cracked the code. But they apparently, it's like a battleship game. It's a war-based game. But there is a character in there named Kashino. And Kashino is not very PC. Kashino is all boob.
Okay.
Like she is, she's your typical
Anime.
way out of proportion anime person. And the company decided to get, Stu, you may not
Stu
want to
Googled
click
that
on-
instantly, didn't he?
Yeah, he found that one
Yeah.
quick. Like it's over the top. Like
Oh, wow.
she's ridiculous. Like this is gross. As far
That's horrible.
like even by anime standards,
How are they letting kids play these games?
like these people are like, "Oh my gosh, like this is crazy." So the company decided that they were going to make a mouse pad that was like natural size, and it had a place for you to rest your wrist.
Oh. In between.
Her boobs.
Yeah.
And they decided to make it life size. So you're moving the mouse on her head, and then they've got these gigantor boobs, and they were going to fill it with silicone to make it very real.
Oh, okay.
And they decided they figured they could sell a couple hundred of these to raise some money.
I didn't see you air quote mouse pad. I
Yeah.
feel like these mouse pads aren't going to be used for mouse padding.
I mean, you got to question what was, or did they just miss it? Did
Yeah,
they just?
they missed it. Yeah.
Did they just miss that this was? They thought it was going to be kitschy and funny. They're an anime brand. Oh, you found the
Stu
mouse
found
pad?
the mouse pad.
Yeah, how long would it take a kid to take this flimsy mouse pad and fold it into a taco shape and be like,
So, and that's not the real one, Stu, because that's a knockoff. Because these things were going for $500 a clip.
Oh, wow.
And the
mouse
reason
pad was
being,
just asking for it.
the reason being is the silicone was so expensive.
It was real silicone.
Yeah, they were actually making like high-end mouse pads. They thought they were going to sell, a couple hundred of these things. They were trying to raise a little bit of money for, I guess, the next game or something. And they pulled an Elon Musk, like it's not a flamethrower.
Yeah.
You throw out a little product.
Not a sex toy.
So they put this thing out there, and they gave it like a very limited
Son,
time.
you've gone through 4 mouse pads this month. What is going on?
They even said it's great for your wrist. This will really help, like get rid of carpal
It'll work
tunnel.
your wrist out.
Yeah, like
I see what you did there.
It's perfect. So they decided to sell these things at $479 a pop, is what it translates to in American dollars, and they put it out there for like a day, just to see if they could move a couple hundred of them, and they had enough silicone to make a couple hundred. These sons of bitches
Uh-oh.
got crushed. They cannot source enough silicone to fill all the orders that came in for this mouse pad. They ended up selling over $1 million worth of these things in a day.
That's a good problem to have, though.
Except for the fact that they're back ordered on silicone through April.
What are those nerds going to do? They're going to wait for it.
Damn.
They are, and I wonder if these things will go up in value. But I was just dying when I saw this. Like, what did you expect? You created gigantic boobs and you're selling them to the most isolated, pent-up population in a freaking pandemic. And so they sold out like crazy. They sold $1 million worth of these things in a day. And now they're issuing apologies left and right, like our bad
They're going to
guys.
have some pissed off anime guys.
So apparently there's now a silicone shortage that's been basically brought upon us by Azure Lane. So
just fill them with jelly? Like, it's not like any guys are going to call and be like, mine's not real silicone.
Yeah, they're not going to be like, I've touched a lot of silicone boobs in my life here in my mom's basement, and I know real silicone.
For a little less, we have the saline solution.
Yeah.
I've never seen Stu spend so much time researching a topic. Like I look over, he's got tabs open.
Yeah.
I see pop-ups coming up all over.
I can't find the $500 one though. Like what you're talking about. I mean, like,
Oh, they do
it's
24
probably
hours.
gone.
Boom.
Yeah.
Back ordered. It's a nightmare.
I wonder what the black market says.
It's gonna be worth
$1,000,
so much money.
$1,500.
So if anybody has access, not that I'm just purely for just I want to know. If you can find a Casino Azuro Lane mousepad, hit me up.
And if you do have one, don't take it out of the box. Hang on to it. It's going to be worth millions shortly.
It absolutely will.
Yeah.
It is like that Elon Musk flamethrower. I remember when that came out, I tried to convince my wife to let me get one.
Yeah.
Because I was like, $800 is a very reasonable amount for a flamethrower, for a Boring Company flamethrower. I was like, it's going to be worth money. And she was like, I don't think it'll be worth that much money. And I was like, it's Elon Musk. The guy can tweet about Dogecoin and it'll go through the roof. Like, he puts it out there, people will buy. That one took about 48 hours because I almost had her convinced to let me do it as an investment, air quotes. And
It wouldn't have been worth anything when you were done playing with it.
no, but I wasn't going to, it wasn't an investment. Now I've got my knockoff grill gun over there, which I don't even know if we talked about the grill gun on the show.
I think we have. I can't imagine we haven't.
I don't think so.
That thing is.
Maybe not.
The grill gun is
It's a flamethrower.
piece of equipment I picked up.
It's a propane flamethrower.
400,000 BTU flame that comes off of that thing, pure blue, which means it's burning all of the propane.
Yep.
Highly efficient. What is that, 2.5, 3 foot flame
Oh yeah.
that it's putting out there?
It warms up
Yeah.
the pallet house pretty quickly.
It does.
Warms up anything you put on it.
Yeah.
It's just not worth $20,000 right now.
No, is that what
that's what the eBays are putting that?
See, the
for
Elon Musk flamethrower. I wasn't wrong.
Yeah,
Wow.
you weren't.
It's $800 is worth a fortune now. Like, people are, good job, Stu. Look at that.
Look at still producing.
Got off of his Sailor Moon kick. Or whatever. That's,
How many episodes did it take?
Stu's back.
Oh,
Yeah. His advertisements for the next 2 weeks are going to be flamethrowers and anime.
Yep.
oh.
That is the
FBI's gonna be
greatest.
hunting him down.
That's the greatest combination of ads to ever come in. You look over here, it's just anime chicks, and up here it's
I've
flamethrower.
never understood the anime thing. It's so weird.
I'm-
Like, it's just cartoon disproportionate chicks. It's just weird.
Mouths moving to words that don't match.
I don't know. All right, Chris, I'm going to throw 2 words out at you. Ninja Scroll. Does that mean anything to you?
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Dang. I thought of all the people in this room, you might be aware that was an anime movie that in college I would watch all the time. Like Ninja Scroll was just, I don't know why. I saw it one night at someone's house. I'm sure I was in a different state of mind. I was like, I watched it though, and I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And I ended up, this was like back in the day when it was VHS tapes, and I got my hands on a VHS tape on eBay, and it took everything for me to get that. And it was amazing.
Why does this not surprise me when I see the
Is
cover
it like
of this movie?
So is anime? Is it like adult themed? Is it rated R?
Well,
like,
Oh yeah, the amount of blood and guts and fighting in this is just amazing. Like this dude will throw a razor blade hat and cut off a head, and it'll rain blood for the rest of the scene, like as he's fighting. It's just
it's a movie, not a series.
No, it's
a movie.
It's a 90-minute movie. Came out in '93 and it got 94 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Damn right it does. I can't believe it
Weird.
didn't get 98.
Yeah, but
I'm
we're all
shocked.
sitting here talking trash about anime. But did all of us not grow up watching Voltron and Thundercats?
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Yeah, that was anime.
That's the gateway drug to anime.
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's anime.
It was the gateway. Like, anime was born of that whole era.
I don't know. I
I
don't
get
know.
into it.
I mean, anime's gone a whole different
Yeah.
direction, and now they got crazy stuff. Hentai porn and ridiculous things that people...
Yeah,
people
when I
watch.
say I don't understand anime, I'm talking about like the whole porn side, like how it's gone down that route.
You know, that's
like,
the number one source of viruses is people watching hentai porn. It's like, it's just a hotbed for viruses. Like, that's...
computer viruses.
Yeah, they just,
Actual viruses.
Yes.
Oh,
They're not touching each other.
Yeah, no, it's number one for COVID transmission. Hentai porn.
yeah.
Number two, restaurants, bars, down the line.
It's like that Stephen King book, Cell. It talks about the transmission of actual diseases through the cell phone. That's actually a pretty good book.
Oh, what?
I hadn't heard about that.
So like I get
It's
a
an
call.
old. I mean, it's an older book. It's been around for a long time. But it was basically like people were turning into zombies, kind of like a zombie land, but the transmission was through cell phones.
That's kind of awesome. So it's basically like I remember The Ring.
That sounds like Stephen King mailing one in. Like, all right, I need another book.
Stephen King mailing them in though.
It's
It's still awesome.
It was a short story too. It wasn't like a full on.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of inspections they do on cell phones before they get shipped over from Japan.
Dude, not much. I mean, there was a big thing. There's a brand, Hawaii. I'm sure I'm mispronouncing that.
I
Yeah.
remember
My
that.
dad
yeah.
had one of them.
Yeah, it's like the largest brand, in Korea and Japan. It's like they're the Apple basically. Well, then you have Apple. So,
Yeah.
but they're the big ones, and they're made in China. And apparently, we didn't let them in the U.S. for the longest time.
Right.
I don't think they're
because-
still allowed, are they?
You can get them, but you can't go to the Verizon store and
Yeah.
Yep.
pick one up. But it's because they had so many like little bugs in it and different things, which if you think about how bad these cell phones that we all have in our pocket are as far as what they're listening to and what they're transmitting, how bad is that
Yeah.
that our government goes, wait a minute,
Right.
that's a real invasion.
Yeah, I'm not the only one who's going to have those ads now.
That's true.
That's true. Yeah.
That is, now that you say that. Well, I had to research the damn topic already, so you and I are done.
Yeah. But I thought they were saying that the company that made them supported the government and was backed by the government, that there was possibly software on the
Exactly.
phones that could
Yeah.
get reported back to
Yeah,
the
it
Chinese
was
government.
sending back
Yeah.
all that information. The best one is DJI drones, which I desperately want the DJI Mavic Air 2. That is the baddest drone out right now. Actually, the Abacus is looking at one too. He hit me up the other day. He's like, I'm looking at a drone. And I was like, you should look at the DJI Mavic Air. And he's like, it's exactly the one I'm looking at. I was like, I know. That thing's amazing. Well, DJI, all of their drones are fitted with cameras, GPS systems, all this crazy stuff. People are flying them everywhere and filming the earth all over America.
Yeah.
And they found that all of that's going back to your phone. And then the app was sending all of that information back to China.
Nice.
So, and I don't even think that's a conspiracy theory. Like, I think that was factual. Like, they got shut down and had to, like, pull all kinds of stuff
Wouldn't
off their
surprise me.
It's
app.
got to go
Wouldn't
somewhere.
surprise
I mean, if it's transmitting through the space, it could
Yeah.
go anywhere. Who knows?
What an
who's picking it
amazing
up.
way to map a country, though.
Yeah.
We're like, look at this low-priced bitchin' drone that has
Yeah.
this awesome 4K footage that any idiot can fly.
Right.
Go enjoy.
Yeah.
Everywhere you go, fly it.
We'll let these fools do all the work for us.
Yeah, they're over there like,
Yeah.
oh, I wouldn't go there. There's a huge amount of population, but look at the pipeline through this area. Like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I saw yesterday where it's a big buzz about people blurring out their houses on Google Earth and how easy it is that you can just go into Google, put in your information, and it's like a 5-step process, real easy, and they'll blur your home so that when people look on Google Earth, they won't be able to see it. The problem is it's a permanent blur. You can't go back and change it.
Like, even if, so say someone blurred my house before I bought it, then all this, it's still blurred?
That's when you would change, but you'd have to make note to Google.
Thank goodness.
Who cares if somebody sees your house?
Privacy issues.
You can drive by Troy's
Yeah.
house and look at it right now.
Exactly.
Right, but I mean, it's just...
Well, the gates are closed, Chris.
Yeah, I mean, it was talking about privacy. People didn't want, because you never know. Like, I can look at Google Earth right now of my old house, and sure enough, right there in the pictures, my next door neighbor with his baby sitting in the, in the driveway walking the stroller. They haven't updated or anything.
I know, like my Google Earth, last time I looked at my house, like the picture was like 7 years old. So, like, congrats, you're getting intel, but it's 7-year-old intel.
If you go by my old house in the old neighborhood, it's the only picture I have of my old CJ7 sitting in the driveway, not moving, exactly where it had been forever.
Look at that awesome thing.
But that's it. And the only picture.
so rare to find a CJ7 908.
Nope. And the only picture I have of my Acura is this house directly out front. And so every once in a while I'll look at them and go, look at those old cars.
Miss you, girl.
Yeah. One day they're going to update it and be like, damn.
Yeah,
Lost
Stu pulls up
forever.
Google Earth and he's like, why is there a navy blue Miata in the driveway? That's awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh.
Who's that?
What's he doing over there?
Interesting.
I'm harmless. It's a Miata.
Oh God, yeah.
Hey, Troy, you got a beer for me by chance back there?
Oh, is it deli time?
It's on the nose. Been limping to this 40 minutes. I'm
The struggle is real.
We got another listener deli here. This is from Billy
Yeah, dude, I'm
over at
loving.
Huckleberry
good stuff.
Tactical.
I am
Oh,
loving
nice.
the listener delis, man. This is the golden era for the last few weeks, starting with Flo when he sent that money in and got us all, got us a couple going.
Started the
And
domino effect.
We still haven't even finished it because so many people have jumped in. I think Flo still has another 6-pack in him. Very exciting. Yeah, I'm pretty pumped about this because the other day we tried, what was that? The Cosmic collaboration was
Yeah.
the sour IPA.
He gave us that one too, right?
May have been. So maybe
Yeah.
this is just what he likes.
He does one of those beer things that sends him beer all the time.
Monthly beer club.
Yeah, he
It's
gets a
the
lot of
gift
beer
that
out.
keeps on giving,
He
Clark.
gets a lot of beer out of Colorado, and he's also. I mean, he likes beer. He likes good beer, so he's always trying new stuff and telling us. He's like, "You guys gotta have this. You guys gotta have this." So this is the New Belgium Sour IPA. Stu, what you got on it? It says hazy and partially sour with a chance of another.
Yeah, it's hard to read.
India Pale Ale blended with
Yeah.
wood-aged golden sour ale. I haven't opened mine yet. And I can tell you I can smell the three of yours.
On a positive note, I can't smell Stu's Fritos anymore.
There you go.
Right.
Oh, wow. 7%.
Damn, why are these all so strong?
200 calories.
I'll show that. Good thing I've been shredding.
Citra and Amarillo during the fermentation.
Got a kite on the
Yeah.
can here.
Yeah, I'm not sure what.
What that has to do with anything?
I really don't. Like it's not like it's like the
Oh.
Go Fly a Kite sour IPA.
The golden sour accentuates the hop flavor and elevates the fruit juiciness to the next level of sensory experience.
It's
There's no doubt
probably
about
the
that.
kite.
It smells delicious. Smells extremely fruity.
Oh, it's fruity. It's more fruity than the first sip, like any sour beer, kick you in your mouth sour.
Yeah.
But after that, it's more fruity than anything.
Flying a kite might be the most retarded, boring shit you can do in your entire life.
Yeah.
Huh. I'm going to disagree with you.
There's one time and place. Like, you got to be literally on the beach with a dope-ass kite. Like, that's
You ever flown a trick
somewhat
kite?
acceptable.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's gay.
I love a trick kite. I love a trick kite. I
Is
once
that where you met that dude?
I tried
this is
one trick kite.
this is no joke. I once took a girl on a date.
Oh, no. No, stop talking.
Yeah, I think we know where this is going.
Yeah.
Bet
And
you've
so-
never done this before.
This
He
is-
took her on
this go-
one date.
This goes with this goes with teach me first.
Yeah, word on the street is that girl did end up sleeping with one of my friends. So this was probably not the intro that I should have done, but I decided to take her fishing, and so which is fine, right?
No. That's an awful first date.
She's from the country, so I thought we kind of. But so then we're fishing,
You've been watching
And
too
then-
much Tommy Boy.
and then I pull the, the wind. Wind is pretty strong today,
Oh, no.
and I
I'm
ran
getting
up.
douche chills just hearing this.
I ran up and got my trick kite.
Did you pluck the grass
Oh,
and flick it in the air?
I'm sure. I'm
You have her hold it while you ran with it?
Yeah.
I'm certain there was some drama associated with it. Like, look how far that blade went. But I did. I ran up to my car and I grabbed the trick kite out. And I came down and I did have her hold it. And I was like, all right, let go. And I put it up in the sky and I flew my trick kite over the lake. while
she
she fished and dreamed about, I guess, banging my buddy.
Yeah.
Because that is how the story ended.
Stay tuned.
You know,
no, wait,
Brendan's
there
like,
was no second date.
check out this double loop-de-loop. She's gonna be so into me after I pull this one off.
I do remember like
hilarious.
doing loops and getting the tail to drag into the water and then come out, and I was like, yeah. I'm thinking to myself,
This is the worst date I've ever heard. She gets back to her friends. How'd your day go? Well, I watched him fly a trick kite for a half an hour.
Yeah.
Could you imagine her pulling back up to her trailer park?
you know what's funny is honestly, I have never thought of this date in like a dorky, crappy light
Thanks,
until
New Belgium.
Oh, this doesn't bode well.
until now. Now where I'm telling the story and I'm like, that really wasn't one of my
I
finer.
never understood why she didn't like me. I just
Did you have a second date?
no.
Yeah, no, I did. No, because she actually became
Oh,
my
wait.
girlfriend. And
What'd
then,
you do on your second date?
Yeah,
We got 2 kites.
that's right.
Oh shit!
You ever heard of kite dueling?
No, he was showing yo-yo tricks on day 2.
Yeah. Mr.
Again, I love yo-yo. I can cats in the cradle. I can walk the dog.
Yeah.
I can around the world.
I can do all that too,
If
and I
you
would
say
never.
you were juggling on a third date, you're out
Yeah.
of here.
So, I think I took her to a Mexican place because they had a dope ass balloon guy.
Oh,
He was
yeah.
making balloon animals. Like, look, I've got a Darth Vader mask. Squeak, 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 squeak. Yeah. Come to now that
How did you ever get laid?
sympathy,
He and his poor kites.
dude? I did have a teacher. Now you say balloon animals. I had a teacher teach me in high school. Teach the class how to make a dog, out of a balloon. And I was at a Renegades game, and they handed out balloons to like wave, and they were the long, skinny ones. And I was on a date, and
now when he tells it, it sounds cool.
it wasn't planned.
Actually, you
it
know what?
wasn't planned.
Exactly.
I might have not been on a date. I might just been with people, but like I took mine and turned it into a dog and gave it to a kid that was sitting behind us, and like everyone thought that was so money.
Troy
And then
got
like
so laid that night.
then I broke out my trick kite,
Troy's
got back to level.
Troy's got a line of single moms coming
No,
up to him.
I did end up making a ton more. Like everybody else was like, "Hey, Mister, can you make me one?" I'm like, "God damn it, why did I do that?"
Yeah, well, that's what happened with me. The girl kept coming over going, would you want to fly that kite? I'll watch. It worked. I have never
Louise.
even thought about that. Damn, this. And so, Chris, I stand by the fact when you said there's nothing dumber than flying a kite. No, it's awesome. And I've even used it on dates because it's so cool.
I don't think your counterpoint there really nailed the nail in.
Right.
This episode has been me doing nothing but trying to get in counterpoints.
Yeah.
Okay, -1.
Nobody's going to look at this can label the same way ever again.
Oh, look, it's Brendan on a date.
I do know. I can harken back to that time that Brendan's talking about, where you were like, you're single and you're trying to like be creative on
Yeah,
your
this-
date. Like you don't want to do like, you want to go to dinner and a movie, like that's been done 100 times. So I applaud you for making an effort,
Thanks,
albeit an awful effort.
Yes, thank you, Troy. You are a saint.
So looking back, does it sound like a bad idea?
No, now when I say it,
When I say it out loud into a microphone.
but when I never had any shame in the moment.
Wait, how
I
old,
didn't,
How old were you?
bro.
How old were you?
Don't ask that question.
This was after college. Like I wish I could say I was 17 and I was trying to be sweet.
I was thinking you were like 19 or 20. Like
I
in college.
understand that.
Yeah.
But I was just out of college. Like just out of college.
Yeah.
Which is not an excuse.
You got back home and you're like, Ma, I just don't get it. I
Why am I
Googled
single?
and I Googled how to get to second base, and flying a kite was number 3 on the list.
I honestly, it never.
He needs your steps on how to kiss from your podcast.
Right.
I never was embarrassed about this until right now. Like, that's so crazy how sometimes you can just do things like that. And like, I didn't go home and think, so stupid, so stupid, so stupid. I was like, nailed it.
Nailed that.
Like, I showed her I was sweet.
Even when you went home alone, you were thinking, nailed it.
All right, we need to get a lady's perspective on this date.
Let's not. Let's not. Like, I'm burning up. I feel I feel myself burning up. Let's not. I don't need anybody's perspective. I've gotten enough reaction from the crowd here. I'm fully aware that it was a really douchey move. I was overwhelmed by the amount of wind by that lake. And it's not like I had I guess it was premeditated in some level because it was in the
Well, you
fucking
probably carried
car.
your kite around all the time.
I did. You
Yeah, you
think
did.
I'm kidding? I
Oh, God.
did. I have a trick kite right now. Right now. My wife has seen me fly trick kites.
Oh, does she get hot?
She loves it. She loves it. She's like,
Where do you think those two kids came from?
Yeah.
yeah, I've only flown the kite twice in front of her.
All this time we just thought you were as high as a kite.
The best part about it is like now that I have kids, I've been like, oh, the girls totally want a trick kite. And they're like, I mean, whatever.
Yeah.
And like, I have a dope trick kite. It's a kitty hawk. It's kitty hawk kites.
Even your
trick kite.
even your kids go to Chris. They're like, "That's stupid, Dad."
Shit.
Can we talk about this beer?
Oh, yeah, we're doing
I
it.
am burning up. I am burning up. I need something refreshing.
Maybe
I
it's
think
the beer.
that's the beer.
Yeah.
Gosh, I think it's the fact that I flew a trick kite on a date and couldn't figure it out. New Belgian sour IPA. It's got a kite on the label, but I think we're all the way
Not
to
a
that.
trick kite.
No, it's to Chris's point, a total dork kite. Yeah.
You couldn't do any tricks with this
You
kite.
can't do. I could.
Yeah.
A lot of practice.
That looks like Ben Franklin's kite.
It kind of does.
Oh, fuck. So I'm really burning up.
All right, Chris, you want to go for it?
Yeah, I don't mind kicking it off. Well, number one, I'm an IPA guy, so
Yep.
it's already got a check in my book. I also enjoy sours.
There you
Another
go.
check in my book, but it's pretty damn good. Like, I get the whole argument of IPAs, leave the skunky taste in your mouth, my pussy hurts, all that stuff.
Can you get him a cosmic?
Oh, is there one in there?
There is, and I after he's done, when this is all said and done, I'm going to hand you one of these. At the end of the episode, I want to revisit and see where you stand.
No, but this is fantastic. Like, I've had IPAs where I only will have 2 or 3 of them, and I do not want any more. But this is light. The sour, yeah, it hits you at first, but I've had a lot worse sours.
Yeah.
The whole golden thing, I mean, I don't know how you convert golden to a flavor, but they did it. So I love this beer.
I like that. Wow.
If I was walking in the grocery store and saw this, which I never have, I would definitely buy it again.
Nice.
Okay, 1 to 5. Where are you at?
It's pretty good.
Moment of truth.
I've definitely had better beers, so it's definitely not a 5.
We've never given a 5.
Never will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I was going to give a beer a 5, it would probably be the Falcon Smash. Is one of my favorites.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's
We're a big hop guy, and that is
yeah.
a great hop
People
beer.
love
Yes.
that beer.
Yeah, it's a great local beer too. So then I was thinking like 4.5, but I still feel like there's a decent
He's
amount
really
of
high
Yeah.
on the
beers.
chart right now.
Decent amount of beers that I like more than this, but I can definitely give it a solid 4.
Okay, a
Yeah.
4 out the box.
Boom.
A strong score. I'm interested
But
to
it's
see
in
what
my
you think.
wheelhouse.
I'm interested to see what you think of that particular beer there.
The Cosmic. You're pointing at the Cosmic
Yes.
when he's ready to drink that.
Yeah,
That-
and these are both relatively strong. So if you want to like pour some of that in a cup or something, we could arrange for that because I don't. It's an 8% beer.
He's not going to do that.
Yeah, I'm a big boy.
No, big boy, there you go.
Respect that man.
All right, Stu, you want to go next or you want me to?
I'll go ahead and go. Believe it or not, I'm going to give this a 3. And the reason being is I'm not a big IPA guy, but I like the smell of it, and the sour is definitely covering up the fact that I don't get that hanging on the roof of your mouth lingering
Yep.
sensation. The marketing now is awesome because of your kite story.
Yes, I'm glad I could help.
No, but actually,
It's a clean, good-looking can.
yeah, I mean it's simple, white, with a kite and everything. But yeah, I like it as a 3. I can handle it.
So we get a 4 and a 3.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I think this is again. I'm not an IPA guy, but I am a sour guy, and so far the best tasting IPAs I've had are the sour ones.
Yeah, I've noticed there is a whole new genre of beer that has opened up in the last 3 weeks here, 4 weeks, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I'm
in love with sour IPAs right now.
I might start purchasing them because I do like the higher alcohol content too, like the 7 and 8s instead of just drinking all the light beers with the 4s.
Well, this is your like mix it in beer.
Exactly.
Not you're not your drinker.
Exactly. I'm with Chris. I like this. Again, no 5s. We don't get 5s. 4, maybe a little rich. I'll go 3.5. I like this beer. I would buy this beer. I would recommend this beer. I would drink more than one of these beers. Like I like everything about this beer.
I like the 7%.
Yeah, of course you do. Sir. You are a drunk, said the drunk. So
I don't fly kites.
Obviously, loser. And it's a trick kite, bro.
Oh, sorry.
I like
Get
that
it
I
right.
started my whole story with the trick guys. Bro. That was literally how I started. Because it took me back to 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
Bro. A big argument here. All right. So this beer is...
Are you
is,
dating that trick kite guy? No, definitely not.
No, his friend.
Yeah.
Yeah. Long story. We won't even get into that whole side of
I'm
it.
just trying to find my way to his roommate.
Yeah. This beer... Oh, God. It's heating up again. This beer here, I find it really interesting. It has a salty backbone to it. They've done like the sour with the salt. It's the sour hits right away. It is way more fruity than pale ale-y.
Yeah.
I actually wouldn't even bucket this as a pale ale at all if it didn't say sour IPA on the side. It's more of a sour beer to me. Very light sour though, because
I was going to say the fruit kind of overcuts the sour.
Something about the way the sour plays with hops.
Mm-hmm.
It cuts the shit out of the sour. It's amazing.
I think sour IPAs are the like peanut butter jelly of like.
And I'm wondering if we're going to start to now, because right now we're excited, right? It's like
Yeah.
our first trick kite. It's like it's the best thing ever.
Way to
like-
tie it all together. Because we all remember our first trick kite.
But over time, you realize that there's longer tails, double tails. There's a higher tensile string,
yeah.
so you can
Shut
do a
up.
tighter turn. You know what I mean?
Stop talking.
Like there's other things going on.
You're getting all the females worked up right now.
I know.
Yeah, they're
Pump the
losing their
brakes.
shit right now.
Pump the brakes.
I don't know what happened. He was talking about straight kites, and I just went right off the road. So
We apologize.
I like how sour and pale ale plays together, but I'm trying to think back to the Cosmic compilation beer,
Yeah.
Cosmic Connection.
Cosmic Connection. There it is. And if I think back to it, and Chris, you correct me if I'm wrong because you have both in front of you. I think the Cosmic one does a better job of having hops in the profile and the sour, whereas this one falls a little flat and leans more towards sour. Now, I'm not complaining. I
Yeah.
love this beer, but if I recall, I think I went 3.5 on that, and only because of that, because I preferred that one to it, am I going to give this a 3, but I love the fruitiness of it, and I think the fruit is all coming from the Citra hops, so it's not
Yeah.
even like fruity. It's actually hops. I love this beer. I will buy it again. I will drink it again, but I will buy this when I'm feeling more like a sour, and I will buy the Cosmic when I'm thinking more IPA. But they're in the exact same ballpark.
Yeah.
We're splitting hairs here, but that's how I feel about it now. So I'm going to give it a 3. I'm going to throw it back to you, Chris, because now you have both of them in front of you.
Right.
Do you feel there's a difference between the two?
Yeah, but it's funny. By the way, the Cosmic Connection is the tits.
Is it better? Is it better than that? The sour?
Oh yeah.
See, and that's why I adjusted my score because I felt that
But it's funny you said the new Belgium Sour IPA is more sour because I feel like the Cosmic Connection is more sour.
Maybe it is. I just remember liking
But
the
it is-
flavor profile of
yeah.
that better than
Oh,
I
yeah.
do. This is lighter. There's not as much going on.
Right.
And that, I was tasting all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And it was a really good experience for me. Now, the reason I wanted you to have both is because I don't know if mentally I'm chasing the dragon.
Yeah.
That was my first. That was my first
Right,
hit.
right.
Was that one?
Right.
That's why I wanted you. All right. So you do think that's the better beer?
Yeah, the Cosmic Connection's the better beer. It is more sour, but I don't care. You're right. The flavor profile, whatever the hell that means, it tastes
I
it
don't
tastes
know,
good as shit. That's what I'll say. It tastes good as shit.
Yeah. I
So the question is, we all love it and gave it over a 3 or at least a 3. This is a deli, right?
well, what was the score? We had a 4.
4 for me.
4.
Threes.
3.
3.5.
That averages out to
3.5. 3. It's not going to be a
Yeah.
deli. Whereas I think the Cosmic Connection was just a deli.
Or
at least-
deli it.
I understand.
I mean,
that.
all three of us are raving over it.
We're raving over
What's
it.
the current deli mark?
We don't
3.5.
I think it has to get over the 3.5 mark. Anything that ticks over, I'm willing to say this is good.
Yeah, so it was borderline deli.
Borderline
Yeah.
deli. We all recommend it. We all say you should get it.
I think
we've had a couple of these where we're like,
Yeah.
you guys make your own choice, but it's definitely worth purchasing.
definitely worth picking this up. If you like sour beers and you're an IPA guy, you're not going to dislike this beer at all.
Right.
Well, I think these sour IPAs are good for people like me who don't like IPAs.
Exactly.
It's a way to get in the IPA game. But if you don't like sour, you might not like it.
No, and that's why every time I have to, kind of put that out there. Like,
Yeah.
If you don't like sours, you're not going to enjoy this at all.
See, I think the reason I'm giving it a 3 is because, granted, I like flavored seltzers. I like the a strong flavor.
Yeah, it's
I
got
don't
that
like
foo-foo.
I don't like the taste of an IPA, but
You
I'm
say
not,
you like
I'm
flavored
okay.
seltzers and use a strong flavor. Those are the lightest things ever.
I like it's a sweet. So even though it's a sweet, I like
Yeah, you do
The
like
sour.
sweet things.
Yes.
Like no, I'm saying all the drinks he likes are the sweeter ones. He's
right.
not.
But if I want to drink an IPA because it's got a
Yeah.
it's got a flavor to it. I don't like the IPA as a standard, but when you throw the sour in there,
This
then I'm all
sour
over it.
IPA thing, it's coming. This
Yeah.
summer, we're going to see it
Yeah.
everywhere because it's not shocking that we have found 2 now in the last little. Well, maybe it is. Maybe there's a Billy problem.
Yeah, maybe Billy. Well, he has told me he likes them, and he thought we would like them, and
No.
maybe he's on to something, and we're all going to be on to something.
It's like hanging out with a junkie and they're like, look at all this heroin. You're like, well,
Yeah.
there's a lot of heroin around these days. No, it's Billy. So, no, thank you, Billy. This is another awesome one. I think I like the Cosmic just better,
yeah.
but this is still
I can't
awesome.
recall it. Like, I know I liked it, but I can't recall the flavor. But it does seem that if Chris is drinking it back to back and likes it better, and you like it better, it probably is a better beer.
It was a taste test of 1 over
Yeah.
there. I was like, you got to do me a favor here.
Yeah.
you got to check this for me.
Here, I can pass it around.
No, I'm good.
Remember when we used to do that? Yeah.
No shit, right?
Awesome.
But even then, even before all of this, I would have been like, "That's disgusting. Like, I don't want that." But don't ask me for
Yeah. Don't
advice.
ask the
I'm
kite
a guy
guy.
who flies a kite on a date.
Dude, it was funny. I was thinking about creative dates that I tried to come up with in the early years.
Yep.
And
Oh.
the best one that I had, almost as good as flying kites, was
Please do this.
You remember that public park over by Reagan National Airport where you can pull off and there's a big parking lot, there's a bunch of green space, you can run, throw football, that kind of stuff.
This is kind
But
of off
the
GW
planes-
Parkway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the planes fly right over top of you.
Oh, that's
So I took this girl out to
pulled the
dinner.
Wayne's World date.
Sitting on
Yeah.
the hood of the car. So you flew your kite there, is what you're saying?
Dude, you can't do that, man. You're in airspace.
Yeah.
Don't you know anything about trick kite
I
flying?
looked that up beforehand, Troy.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
That was my first idea. My second idea
Second one.
was to lay in the back of a truck and watch the planes fly over so I could make out.
Nice. How'd that go? Was it good?
Yeah. it
Sounds
was.
pretty good.
It worked out.
Good for you.
Okay.
Not bad.
1 and 1. 1 and 1. So you're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of like creative.
Chris's date gets the
dates.
deli.
bro. That's my only argument. Bro, the trick kite was awesome, man.
Imagine trying to do creative dating now, like during the whole COVID thing.
And what's
like,
that, like swipe right slowly?
Yeah. Yeah, you've got all the apps and then you can't go anywhere. Like, I like you, but
Yeah. I didn't
I
have
guess
a
we'll
lot.
Zoom again.
I did it. My first date was a Zoom date. After chit-chatting for a second, and then the next day we had dinner together.
Yeah, and then you've gone out every night since,
Yeah.
dude.
Oh, he seems fine. He doesn't look feverish. Good work.
Y'all been going
That
out
was
every
weird.
night.
Yeah, that was weird.
That is the biggest false sense of security ever.
Yeah, now kids
Did
are
a
like,
Zoom
okay,
date.
where can I go when the mask comes off? Number one priority.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I don't think the masks are ever going anywhere.
Little known fact, if you're flying a trick kite and doing circles, hard circles, it creates enough wind that you actually
You're
don't need a
safe.
mask. It's
Yeah.
quite safe.
Yeah.
Depending on how long your tail is, it can be out as far as
And
50
plus-
yards.
And plus, no one comes near you.
Yeah, exactly. The nerd who could take out an eye with that trick kite.
Kids, come away from that weird man.
Mommy, Daddy, is that a full-grown adult by himself flying a trick kite?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem weird?
He's not alone. Look at the girl over there texting his friend.
100 yards away.
Yes, just crying.
Yeah. Why does she keep checking her watch?
On the level of things, it's kite flyers, then the guy with the van.
God. It's so hot in here. It is. It's so hot.
You had no idea.
I didn't even, when it came up like, honestly, like, psh, I got a great, oh no.
Watch, they're going to start teaching it in schools. Okay, guys, if you see any guys who come out of a van offering you candy, say no. Number 2, if you see any guy coming out of a van with a trick kite who wants you to fly it, run.
Burn the whole place to the ground. Oh.
Yeah, dude, I got to notice the other day, speaking of masks, if they go back in person for high school at Manchester, my girls have to wear a double mask, and then the school's handing out face shields.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to have 2 pieces of PPE, Stu.
And
So you can go mask, face shield, or double mask.
No, they want you double masking, and the school's going to give you the face shield.
So 3 layers.
That's what they said.
Oh,
to me.
jeez.
So I was like, are you serious?
Science.
dude, I love it. Everything's coming up, Brendan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can come back to school, but while you're here, you can't breathe.
Right.
Okay?
Hold your breath. Yeah, they're gonna have to do Navy SEAL training prior to
Well, my kids have been back at school for a few weeks, and it sounds like it's. I mean, they're happy to be back, but they're like, it's so weird the way they have to seat.
Right.
They all seat all weird, and they can't interact. They kind of do like small groups where they can interact with like 2 other people, but not the rest of the class. Like, it's just weird.
Dude, my youngest daughter, sidebar. So when you go into lunch now, everyone has to sit at the table facing the same direction.
Yeah.
Right.
And you have to have a seat in between everybody, at least a seat in between everybody. And they just put on videos. So like the kids just stare at a video and eat quietly.
Well, good,
Jeez
because they
Louise.
need more screen time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the crazy.
Remember we were kids, you were told, like, if you watch too much TV, your eyeballs are going to fall out and you're going to be drooling on yourself and dumb. And now it's like 100% screen time for the kids.
Yes, all
Like,
the time. So my youngest daughter happens to have the last shift. Now all of the schools now give out free lunches. Everybody
Yeah.
gets a free lunch. I think that's because you gotta burn all that money.
They're burning money.
or you
yeah.
won't get that money next year is my guess. So everybody gets free lunch. So now everybody gets lunch because they're like, hell yeah. And my one daughter actually the other day came home and was like, I'm going to make my lunch. That lasted one day because then everyone was eating pizza. She was like, fuck that. I was eating a turkey sandwich like a moron. So, and I was like, whew, thank goodness, because turkey's expensive. And so my youngest daughter has the last lunch shift. Like it's the very last group to go in. And she's not really like the type to like push her way into a situation. And she's a little apprehensive about getting too close. Like she's a rule
Yeah.
follower.
Right.
So as all the boys rush in and like
She's
jockey
hanging
for
back.
position, she hangs back. So not only is she in the last group, but she's more often than not the last kid to get lunch. And she's been coming home telling horror stories about like pasta with no red sauce.
Oh yeah.
Or like she looks at like all the kids eating red sauce, or like everyone else has
One
pizza.
burnt piece of lasagna from the corner. Like,
Yeah, like everyone else has pizza, and she's got apple slices, and like every day I'm like, "How was lunch?" And she's got some horrible story about, they gave me a bagel.
I thought you were going to say she's only seen the last 20 minutes of every movie because she did not know what's going on if she's watching screen time.
I've had to like talk to her. I'm like, you got to kind of like push in, like find yourself. I'm not asking you to break rules or anything, but like if
Throw
you're
a bow or two.
If you're the last kid of the day, you're gonna get pasta no red sauce.
Yeah.
Like. That sucks. She's like, everyone else's spaghetti looked good. Mine was just
they're
noodles.
not making fresh
No.
batches for you at the end of the line there.
So I've offered her. I'm like, look, if you want to bring lunch, like I get it. Like your situation is
Have
not
you
good.
told her to tell the kids, the boys, that she owns a sport kite and they'll just let her go to the front of the line?
We'll try that tomorrow. I like it, Stu. I like it.
My kids still like pack their own food just in case lunch sucks. Like, or they'll like.
That's good.
They'll have snacks if lunch isn't good.
I got an update on the dog.
Oh yeah, how is the dog? I thought about your dog this week when I saw that interesting.
Did you see the Lady GaGa?
Lady GaGa.
Lady GaGa has French bulldogs because
Of course she does. All the cool kids have them.
all the cool kids.
Yeah.
So like us over here, dude, it's trick kites and French bulldogs. This is what we
Just
do.
bougie, dude.
That's how we roll, dude.
And sour IPAs.
We're so cutting edge, dude. Atari 2600. So Lady GaGa has 3 French bulldogs, and I guess her dog walker was out walking the dogs
Yeah.
and got shot
Yep.
to steal the French bulldogs.
No.
Like these things are so in demand right
Yeah.
now that when people see a French bulldog, they think, boom, $2,000 bill on
Yeah.
the black market, like quick, because like we discussed last week, you're talking $3,000 and up for one
Yeah.
of these. So if you've got a good looking, especially a GaGa dog, it's got diamonds
you know
on it.
She's got the like.
It's got the meat
yeah.
sweater on.
Well, it's the meat sweater.
It looks
Well,
dope.
you know she's got like 100% purebred, like
The best.
top,
the
like
best.
bloodline, like.
Dude, it was born that way. Get that?
I see what you did there.
Like that is a perfect
Yeah.
dog. And so she's got, the ultimate. So this dog walker got shot. Full recovery is expected. Thank goodness.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
good. But the 2 dogs are missing.
So whoever that was is an awful shot.
And Lady GaGa, who should just be going by GaGa by Potato Head standards.
Good job.
It's just a side point
Yeah.
to take it back a little bit.
I'm offended.
Yeah. Once all this Lady GaGa. So she put a $500,000 reward out, no questions asked,
Yep.
if the 2
Oh,
dogs are
geez.
returned. So now this sets a really bad precedence because now instead of just turning around and selling the dog, you can ransom a dog.
I think that's why they were stolen.
And
I don't think it was rando. Like
I think that's a valid,
Yeah.
good counterpoint. Troy.
I'm assuming her dogs probably have an Instagram page, so it wouldn't take like some like rocket science, bad guy to be like, all right, well here's some expensive dogs we could steal and ransom.
That's probably true, and they're all chipped up. So you're just like,
Yeah.
where's that dog? Oh, there we go.
9:40 at night, this person was walking the dog and got shot, and they took the 3 dogs.
Crazy. Well, they got 2 of the 3. One of them was so quick with its 3-inch legs. These dogs are. The more I watch this, I'm like, what are you doing, dude? You're an abomination.
So she had 3 and 2 were stolen.
Two were stolen.
I didn't read
Third
the whole
got
article.
away.
Yeah, Koji and Gustav.
Oh, jeez.
Which one made its home, Stu? Is that name in there?
They didn't give the
man.
one that made
Yeah,
it. They just said
meatball got away.
Koji and Gustav.
Not Mike.
Yeah.
Why didn't they take mine?
Scott, he's good. Don't worry about it.
Karen, Karen made it home. She came right back.
Yeah. Leave that dog. It's complaining. So I saw that. So,
Two-
damn French
So
bulldog.
now I know what to do if I'm strapped for cash. I know where
Damn.
to come.
2
Well,
guys out of a
apparent-
sedan got out and got him.
Well, they're huge dogs. I mean, they're like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
She clearly is going to need a bodyguard for her dogs now.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point.
Well, I can put a camera on a trick kite, and I can cover 20
A lot of
square
ground.
blocks. Yeah, I got you, GaGa. I'm dropping the lady officially.
I am curious to find out, though. You did say, on average, they're $3,000 to $6,000. So if you saw 3 of those dogs walking down the street, maybe even without knowing it's GaGa's dogs, you
It's
want
a
to.
payday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a payday,
Yeah.
That's crazy.
and if you do know it's her dogs,
Yeah. Even better.
then the ransom theory makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So my dog apparently is just itching to get a letter cut out of a magazine and sent to my house, because this little shit is apparently following my dog. So my dog jumps over my real
Yeah.
dog. The real dog jumps over the fence, and this I don't know where he's getting out.
He's getting out?
Dude, he's like climbing up the wood stack and
Oh,
then
shit.
hopping over the fence and leaving. So just after we recorded, Saturday morning, we wake up, we let the 2 dogs out, gone. Like, we'd only had that dog for a week, and it was gone. And so, like, I get woken up at 7 a.m., which is awesome.
And Troy, just so you know, it's missing, not dead.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we have to clarify that. Thank you, Stu. It's a really good point. 2 points for Stu. He's on a roll.
Hold on, but was Wrigley here?
You see, I've learned something. So Wrigley, I just yell Wrigley,
And
he
he
goes,
comes back.
He goes, oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, am I not supposed to be pooping in their yard? My
Yeah.
bad. And he comes home.
And hops right over the fence like it's not there.
Yeah, and that's the thing. He runs by you because he's like, don't yell, and jumps over the fence.
Yeah.
And then goes back in.
He's like, I've been here the whole time. What are you talking about?
But so Folly, the little dog, like he just took off. So I get woken up at 7 a.m., which wouldn't be a problem, except
you
that I went to
hate
bed
7 a.m.
I went to bed at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
And when I went to bed, let's just say I wasn't like super like coordinated and like laser focused.
You were firing on all cylinders.
Yeah. Like I had an 8-cylinder engine that was running on 2.
You weren't, say, sober.
I would say I was fuel efficient. I was down to 2 cylinders. So I had gone to bed at 4.
His kite had no tail.
Oh, that's dirty.
fair. No, but it's fair. It's fair.
That's low blow in the kite world,
Oh.
Stu. I mean, I can't believe you said that.
The way I'm thinking is, yeah, it's not as pretty, but damn, it's still doing tricks. That's all I heard. All I heard was Stu saying, you could look better, but wow, you're good. So this dog leaves. My wife wakes me up. The dog's gone. 7 a.m. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I need shoes. So, like, I go.
I've talked to Brendan at 10 o'clock on a Saturday morning, and that's what he sounds like. So I know 7 a.m. is a no-go.
You should have seen me at 7.
Yeah.
But so I got up, was like, look, I got to go. Like, duty calls.
Yeah.
So put on my clothes, ran outside. It's freezing, I've got my jacket on. I'm like walking the streets.
Yeah, everything was iced over. Cold.
Everything's
Yeah.
iced over. I'm walking through people's yards, like looking in their backyards, all creepy.
Because does the dog even know his name yet? You had it a
No.
week. Yeah.
Dog doesn't know its name. And I got another theory that the dog will never know its name. We'll get there.
Okay.
So I'm looking everywhere for this dog. And I've been under the belief that it doesn't hear very well, or at least know its name. So I'm listening for sounds at
Yeah.
this point, like crunching. And I'm back in like fields and different places. Now, the other dog came running from way down here by the main, like out towards the main road. So my wife jumps in her car and I'm like,
Did you take the dog with you? Should have taken Wrigley with you.
he's a good boy, but he's not very bright. Well, he's bright, but in all the wrong ways.
Yeah, but you could have had him on a leash. He could have, like, maybe gotten the attention of Folly.
Maybe. But so in the moment, my wife goes, sure enough, man, she's driving all over the place. She notices a car had pulled over on the other side of the main road out here,
Oh, shit.
which is a main road.
Yeah.
Like
4-lane.
legitimate
Yeah.
road. Yeah. So she notices a car on the other side, and she's like doing laps back and forth looking for the dog. My other daughter had gone down here on her scooter and hit a rock and eaten shit.
Oh, God.
So she's bleeding on her hands and her knees. So I hear crying over here. I see my wife driving over here, and I'm just like, is it 7? I think it's 7. And I'm walking through people's yards. Then my wife notices that car that was on the other side of the road is now on this side of the road. And so she goes pulling up.
He's tagged, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's Ukrainian tag. So it's a Ukrainian chip.
No, but I'm saying tags, like has your address and name and phone number on it?
No, just a collar at that point. The tag was purchased later that day. But that was
Gosh.
But that was on the agenda.
You've had dogs before. Like, that's the first thing. You go
it was
to
the
PetSmart,
first weekend. Like, it was
you
the
go
Saturday
directly
morning.
to PetSmart, and
Right.
the machine makes it immediately.
Reward, if found, call this number.
Yeah, call GaGa.
Yeah.
$500,000. So this guy, though, like my wife pulls up and the guy gets out of his car holding the dog. And he's like, I'd seen this dog running around. And he was like, really sweet dog. Like, I got out, saw him on the main road. He ran over to me and started like kissing on me.
Yeah, because he's like, it's fucking cold out here.
Yeah, he's like, yo, dude, I made a horrible error. So the dog had run away, but it was found, and the guy was like, it's so cute. Can I get a picture with the dog? Like, takes a selfie with the dog. And now I'm like, oh, this dude's looking for the ransom. Like, he's gonna come back. So now I'm on the lookout.
This guy's fucked up. He flies kites.
Yes, I'm hip to this guy. So this guy returns the dog. Thank God the dog had been found, but it had been out on the main road. Dog comes home, tag was put on it, all good. So at this point, I'm starting to like engage with the dog more because we've had it, and I'm like, this fucking dog doesn't respond to shit. So I get up late at night and I like grab some like pans and shit. And it's like laying there and I roll up on it and I'm like, tang!
Oh, shit.
Didn't flinch.
Doesn't fucking flinch.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
Doesn't
not good.
Flinch.
Does deafness run in their bloodlines?
Apparently it can, but it's not like, but you know what? It's Ukrainian.
Is the dog all white?
No, but they said that mostly white. It does have a lot of white on it.
Right.
That's
So-
racist.
It could apparently no.
Sorry.
No, apparently that's a sign. Like if it's more of like an albino white, you wouldn't know. But it, like something to do with the color, the hairs in the ears. If it's white, that's a sign of potential deafness.
Yeah.
I've checked all those things. It doesn't have any of those traits. I think whatever deafness it has, it either does not give a crap, or that dude just luck of
No,
the draw.
if he didn't even flinch,
Dude,
he's
no
deaf.
flinch. I'm standing over him, going squeak, squeak, squeak,
Yep.
squeak with toys. Nothing.
No, when you slam pans together atop someone, any living animal, it's not, I don't give a fuck. It's holy shit. Like, it's reptile brain shit. Like, you jump.
Yeah, you
flinch.
jump.
Yeah.
He doesn't jump. And you know what the annoying thing is? Every time I try to like figure out if this dog's deaf, I'll do something like bang. I'll hear the other dog fall out of the bed upstairs. I'm like, my bad, bro. Like, I didn't mean to mess with you.
I'm laughing at you, Brendan, because it says here, never let them loose. Always have them tied up. If you think your French Bulldog is deaf, make a lot of hand gestures. Don't scream or nag them, and use light and vibration as stimulus.
Because I've also noticed, like, if it's peeing in the corner, I'll be like, no, and I'm running towards it, and it's just staring at me. And I'm like, no. And then when I get there and, like, I, like, nudge him, he's like, yo!
Yeah. Where'd you come from?
What is this about? So
You got a deaf dog?
the other day, this dog, I let him out on my lunch break. I've got a call at 1 o'clock. It's like 12:50, and I look out in the yard. He gone. And I don't even, I can't, like, I assume he's climbing up the woodpile. So now, in the most ghetto look possible, I have trash cans laid on top of the woodpile at the peaks of the fence, like where he could get over. Not a great look. But so the dog gets out. I've got a call in like no time. I look out. I see my other dog in the neighbor's yard across the street. So I'm like, okay, this is my likely back there. So I'm walking into my neighbor's yard, and she comes out, and she's like, hey, I think your dog might be here. And I was like, yeah, and we got another dog. Have you seen a little tiny deaf dog?
Neighbors love you.
And she's like, no. And like as I'm talking to her, all of a sudden, I see the little dude, and he's chasing a car a block away out towards the main road.
Oh, no.
And he's just chasing it. There's another car coming behind that car. He's oblivious that there's another car there.
Yeah.
So when he starts losing distance on the car, he stops, and then this other car swerves going around him. He's like, whoa, where did that come from, dude? And I'm like, oh snap, like you don't belong out on the roads, dude. Like
You're gonna have to get one of those like just long leads and like clip him in the backyard. Like
I gotta
you
come
can't
up
let
with-
him out.
well,
on his
trash
own.
cans on the wood.
Yeah.
6
Never
foot
mind. What was
privacy
I
fence.
thinking?
You should get a 6 foot privacy fence.
You
all the way
wouldn't
around.
think a French bulldog could do this stuff, but then I stood outside and just scoped and waited, and sure enough, I saw him hopping up. He's able to get up there. He's
Yep.
fairly ambidextrous. See, when the Lord taketh, he also giveth. So this little dog, like keen sense of smell and actually pretty agile for a 3-inch leg. Unbelievable. I think he's deaf.
Dude,
my
you don't
mo-
want to let that $2,900 investment get away from you. Sorry to cut you off. Chris.
He's run away twice
I know. That's what I'm saying.
in a week and a half.
No, I was going to say my mom actually adopted a deaf dog and from the shelter. It's one of those dogs that looks like Spuds McKenzie.
Yeah.
Yep, American
That's,
Pit Bull.
Yeah, and completely deaf. And she went through the whole process.
Is it white fur?
Yeah,
Nah, there you
almost,
go.
almost all white. I
Yep.
think he has like a spot on his eye and maybe his chest or something like
Sells
that.
beer.
Yeah,
Big drinker.
but she went and got him professionally trained. And
Like
he-
hand signals.
No, he actually has this collar that's all vibrations.
That's exactly what I was thinking about doing.
And there's a certain vibration which means sit and stay. And this dog, like when new people come to the house, she doesn't want them freaking out and and jumping on
Yeah.
people and getting all wound up. So she puts them in one of the kitchen chairs, does the little vibration command of sit and stay, and he will sit there for 30 minutes and
That's
not move.
crazy.
I got to do this.
And then a different vibration means come
that
to
for
me.
your kids.
So then the dog will come find her,
Oh,
based
wow.
off scent. Wherever she is in the house, the dog will come straight to her.
Well, and your,
No
dog,
way.
your dog's
Yeah.
not that old, so it's,
That sounds
you can,
cheap.
You can train it.
I think it's still trainable. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's still trainable. It's just, I even said to my wife, I was like, look, we should probably email that breeder and be like,
She knows.
yo, you sold a deaf dog. No, how would she know? Because she called it Mr. Perfect. There's obviously nothing wrong with
She
it.
knows all the inbreeding she's doing out there in West Virginia is fucking those dogs up.
It's crazy. So she was like, and what exactly do you want to happen? I was like, she was going to discount for one testicle. Like, I think a lack
Yeah.
of hearing is more severe than one testicle. Like, maybe. And she's like, what, you want to take it back? And I was like, no.
Yeah.
I kind of like the
She
dog.
wouldn't let you take the dog back.
No, I think she was testing me.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't taking it back. No,
No.
she dropped the, what, do you want to take it back? No. I want to keep the dog.
So you've come around.
I came around the moment that thing came out with the whole herd of dogs, and I was like, hate them all. You're cool.
Let's
and,
go.
And he stared at me and was like, you got to get me out of here. And I thought, yeah. I didn't know it's because she'd been stuffing acorns in his ears.
How's Wrigley doing with the whole thing?
They're the peas in a pod.
I know, but how? Like, obviously, he's not getting the attention.
You know what? He's
The pup
actually
is.
he's not showing any ill effects. Like he's with he likes to lay with him, play with him,
Yeah.
be with him. I put that dog in the crate. Wrigley will lay next to his crate.
Nice.
Like just
Yeah, it's like these kids stop fucking pulling my ears and my tail. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
yeah, exactly. He's like, this is great. Like I love it. So no, they seem to be happy as clams, moister than an oyster, as he lives.
There's the quote.
But yeah, I think he may be deaf, which is a bit of a bummer because that just means that everything got a little more difficult. I even tried a dog whistle. I ordered one, and I started rolling up on it, like whistling. Man, my other dog comes running. I had no
Yeah.
idea that was that annoying to a dog that can hear, but I don't think this dog can hear. Now, it's possible that he's just stubborn as all get out and doesn't care, but I don't think
Like I
so.
said, man, you bang pans behind somebody like that's not a giving you the middle finger. That's like
Yeah, like I'm pulling a
Yeah.
practical joker's prank on that dog.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
he's like, what? I'm good. No
But
reaction.
having some hearing loss is one thing, but being completely deaf is a whole nother thing.
Yeah. They said there's some tests that can do to make sure that.
They hook probes up to their brain and they do some sounds and they see if, because it is possible that the dog makes zero connection between noise and anything. Like it hears it, but it could be a brain thing where there's like, I don't know, which is that any better?
Well, the dog did come from probably a very noisy environment, so it's probably like whatever. I hear shit all the time.
Yeah, could it just
Yeah.
be like,
no, if you're banging pans and the dog doesn't even flinch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I demonstrated to my wife. I banged pants. I was like, no, watch this. And I'm like, dang,
Did he
dang,
see it
dang,
coming?
dang. No. So I waited till like the dog was looking the other way, and I was
Yeah.
like, "Watch this!" And I'm like, "Dang or dang!" And I'm banging pans for a while, and then all of a sudden, like I hit it once, and he just happens to turn. She's like, "Ha ha! He heard it!"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "But what about the 19?"
You're like, he probably felt that one.
Yeah, I think I'm right up
Yeah.
behind him now. Like I'd be a little concerned too. Like this dude's gonna hit me with these pans.
You got a shell-shocked dog from the
What's
Ukraine.
wrong with my owner? He walks around banging pans all the time.
Yeah, this dude is seriously weird. He's like a trick kite guy or something. I don't know what to make of it, but he's a wanderer, a car chaser, and deaf.
Get him chipped with an American chip. If you really care.
Oh, the first time he ran away, I was like, they activated the chip. It's going back to West Virginia. It knows what to do. Like he's been trained. Bzz,
Yep.
back to West Virginia. $3,000 more, please.
Dude, there's nothing worse than driving around a fucking neighborhood trying to find a dog.
It's
Any
heartbreaking.
animal. It's just
Yeah.
stupid.
And
Like,
you got one girl who's crying and bleeding from wrecking a
Right,
scooter.
right.
The other girl didn't wake up at all because she's like, "What? It's like 7 a.m." And I'm just like, I feel completely helpless. There's no worse feeling. You're like, everybody's gonna be crushed. I'm gonna spend the rest of the day.
No, I don't feel helpless. I'm pissed.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, when I find this dog, I'm going to beat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
I kind of get that too. And
My
with the big dog though, I feel that. With the little dog, I'm just like,
Yeah, it's too new. It's too cute.
it's been a week. Like it doesn't know its
Right,
name.
yeah,
It
that
doesn't
makes
hear
sense.
its
Well, it
name.
just
That makes
feels
sense.
you feel so helpless because it's just pure luck. Like
Yeah.
there's no rhyme or reason. Like I'm just wandering the streets
Right.
in hopes that you cross my path.
Yeah, like how lucky is my wife that she just happened to go up there and see the guy was on that side of the road, then on this
Yeah.
side of the road, and then he happened to see that a car was going. Like this
Right.
guy's a saint.
Yeah.
The dog's lucky across the road and didn't get clipped.
He didn't hear anything coming.
So are you pretty confident in the setup right now that the dog can't get out?
Today, I am a little bit like today.
I'm not.
So at 7:30 in the morning, I had found a hole in the fence, and I repaired all that. And then it was a couple days later that I saw it go up the wood pile and hop over.
Just get a lead and
because
and
I'm
clamp it to
thinking
the lead.
I'm just thinking because he's deaf, the best way to go is with the wire around the yard that the electric fence.
No, so Copper
on the
actually,
collar.
it's funny. Copper actually just got out last night. We were
Okay.
getting ready to go eat dinner.
Yep.
We get ready to leave. We're like,
Copper's
okay.
your dog.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Troy. Number 5.
I'm for the listeners.
Yeah.
To listeners
I don't know
of
if
Teach,
you had mentioned your
Yes.
mom's dog. I didn't know who you were talking about.
to listeners of Teach Me Babe,
Yeah,
that joke
that's
hit.
hilarious.
That joke hit.
And so, like, we're getting ready to go to dinner, and they're like, all right, is Copper upstairs? And they're like, yelling for him. Don't hear his collar. Doesn't come.
Yeah.
He was outside. I was like, okay, open the back door. Open the back door. They walk around the corner. Somebody left the fence open. And he just goes off for a stroll. So spend half an hour driving around the damn neighborhood.
Yep.
The kids are in the back all emotional. Copper, you want a treat? You want a treat?
You're like, you want an
And
ass
I'm just
kicking?
pissed. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. When I catch you, I'm going to put. Now he's like hiding.
Finally, we find the dog, put him upstairs after I beat his ass. Then we have this thing. It's a shock collar, but it's not the wire you have to bury around your property. It's a hub that you put in the middle of your house.
It's got like a radius or something.
And it just puts out a radius in a circle, and you can set the radius, wider or more narrow.
Interesting.
That's
so you
even
don't
better.
have to
So
bury it.
No, it's
Nice.
It's a
So
little,
it's just if you leave the geofence.
yeah.
You lose the
Yep.
signal and
Brilliant. That is such a cheaper option.
So
I'm
you
hoping.
put him on
I'm
a-
Yeah,
hoping.
it was like
you backed it down to 3 feet.
120, 150 bucks, somewhere around there.
Yeah, because I'm talking $5,000 or something to bury.
Oh, fuck
Oh, yeah.
that.
yeah.
Chris,
no.
Chris
Oh,
sets
no.
the water bowl just 1 foot
Yeah.
past in the boot.
Put him on a 3-foot radius.
Yeah, no, but I grabbed that thing, threw it back on him, and the charge holds for like 3 days. So
Nice.
you don't have to charge it every single night or
And
anything
he knows
like
what's
that.
up when that thing goes on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's good. What kind of
Once-
dog is it?
It's number 5? Yeah. Sorry, Stu. I can't share that information with you. Go on Google Maps and look.
I'll take a
You'll
look
see it
at
in
it.
the yard. It's fine.
Just curious.
I hate a dog that runs. I'm like, don't you know where your
Oh,
bread's buttered, dude? Like,
I went outside in the snow a couple weeks ago and was shoveling the driveway and happened to leave the gate open. I was shoveling the driveway right next to the gate. And
Yeah.
he goes out. I see him out in the cul-de-sac and walk out. I was like, come on, let's go. Motherfucker just walks away from me, and I have the shovel in my hand, which probably didn't help.
He's gonna beat me again.
I'm not a threat. Shovel in hand.
Yeah, he's like, I know what happens when I get out in the yard and you're there, and the shovel does not look good.
You're all like red-faced and sweaty. I think I'm going to steer clear.
And he kept walking away, goes to the end of the cul-de-sac, goes down the main drag. And I had my phone on me, thankfully. I called Sam. I was like, can you please get in the car and drive down here and convince this dog to get in the car so I can kill him?
That's so like my big dog, he is like, if he hears anger in your voice, he's not coming. He's like, why would I go over there? But if you're like, buddy, what's up? What are you doing over there? That's awesome. Then he gets excited. He's like, I know, right? And he comes running.
This is awesome over here.
So I've had to like completely bury everything that I'm feeling and bring up the joy.
Yeah, I can't do that.
Because as soon as I go, hey, I'm serious, he's like, whoa, dude. And he just cowers and he'll sit his ass down. And if you come near him, he gone.
Yep.
Dude, I got lucky. My 2 dogs, after they break loose, they're so food driven. I can let them go for however long they want to.
I could have told
and
you
I can take a bag of just empty pretzels or whatnot and just shake it, and they can be. You can't even see them.
That's all the tricks that I don't have now.
They'll just come back running.
Like that's what's breaking my heart. I've
So your
always
dogs
used-
were like double their weight they should have been.
Oh yeah, well they're
yeah.
We've been walking them 2 miles a day now, and it's so funny.
Slimming up.
There was
they're
an
getting
honest to
there.
goodness time where their bellies touched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Walk.
They're getting a lot
It
better
was
though.
amazing.
They
They're
get
a
to
lot
the
better.
street and just lay down next to the curb.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
Hope he
dogs,
comes and
my
brings
dogs
us back in.
My dogs are not supposed to weigh more than Wrigley,
No.
and they got them by at least 20 pounds now.
No, but you're,
I mean, they're
at least
coming down.
they're
They're coming
getting
down.
better.
Yeah.
But there was a time you brought them over here, and I mean, like, I was looking at them, and their stomachs were dragging across the ground, like leaving a trail.
Somebody
through the
needs
yard.
to help them get up the stairs to the pallet house.
Yeah, like, I felt like I try not to like lecture people, and I'm like, Stu, we need to fucking talk. Like this is ridiculous.
You should know.
You feed them. You can control this. And it worked out. You were obviously hip to it. You're like, I know they're on a diet. Like we're working through it. But
There was a year where I didn't have any control.
yeah, because you weren't the only owner.
I didn't have them.
Yeah, they were gone,
Yeah.
and they were spoiled.
You could say that.
So to say that they're food driven, it's like we all know. Like that's obvious.
Speaking of Chris's podcast,
Yes, it's exactly what we were talking about. No, perfect.
I just wanted to say because I
Nailed
see
that segue. Nailed it.
I found out.
Smooth.
I found out just a little.
Butter.
I found out just a. I just want to throw some good light towards Chris because
That dude is the best. The best.
Transition Stu. That's what he does.
okay. -5 points. You can go ahead and write it down.
Yeah, I know where you're at. You're at -3 now because I'd given you 2. I'm still at -1 on account of there was like a kite or something. I don't.
I forgot.
Yeah, no one knows.
That was a long time ago.
What?
No, but honestly, I hadn't seen Chris in a very long time. Started listening to the podcast.
Sweet.
Teach Me, Babe.
Teach Me, Babe. Great podcast. You guys should watch it. But I found out just a little while ago that he was coming over.
Yes,
And-
well, you guys didn't know till today.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
But something that I thought would be fun because he just finished a beer. Is I brought over one of his favorites.
Oh,
It's a Falcon Smash? The Bartles and
Oh,
James.
nice.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, your last
Takes
episode.
me back.
2 episodes ago
2 episodes ago, it was the one about firsts.
because they were doing cocktails last time, and then before that they were talking about the first.
Yeah, my first beer was on a beach in Pensacola, Florida, and
Yeah.
I was visiting my brother who was in A school, and he handed me a beer, and I said, "Ew, that's gross."
Yeah.
And then he hooked you up with the Bartles and
He
James.
hooked me up with the Bartles and James, and then I saw Bibbies run by. It
Yeah.
was the best night ever.
To this day.
I have no clue what that Bartles and James is going to taste like as watermelon mints.
Where did
but-
you even get that? They make those still?
So like literally 30 seconds before I got here, I ran into Total Wine and found them.
So you know what's great about that?
All right, we need cups.
yeah,
It's deli.
That would be
Second
a good idea.
deli.
For the record, we've had the Bartles and James as a deli.
Oh, I believe it.
I'm just saying because you were like, where'd you find? So I was just bringing that back. Like we did it once.
Yeah, but we've been doing this 6 years, so I mean that could have been 4 years ago.
Oh, this is disgusting.
Oh,
That's exactly what.
Stu went all out and got the watermelon mint.
yeah,
They
there
don't
you
have
go.
it
I
in
do
the-
have to try that.
They don't
Let me
have
get
any.
a cup.
They don't have any of the old school flavors from the two guys sitting in the rocking chairs with the commercials.
Which,
They're all
how
like,
great were those
oh,
commercials?
those are great.
You mean
commercials.
Bartles and James?
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry. Those, but I mean, it's all like there was a watermelon, there was cucumber. There's like 3 or 4 different flavors. Like none of these are exactly what I'm looking for because I just wanted something that was old school and you can't find.
Who are those two guys again?
Bartles?
Willimer
I think one
and
was
Bobby.
Bartles.
Mike and Chris?
It was Wilbur.
Yeah, Troy, try that on for size.
Oh, it smells amazing.
Oh man.
It's not winning anything.
Well, it's a white can with a pink label. It says Watermelon Mint, Bartles and James, 1984.
That's
Troy?
when this was made. Tastes like pure sugar. Like it is
Yeah.
sweet.
Which is why when Chris first had it on the beach when he was
Yeah.
how old were you, Chris? Like 16?
Yeah, I think 16, 17.
Yeah. So I mean, I bet that was perfection.
No, it was awesome.
Yeah.
The best thing though was the look on because I wasn't going to spend any time. I didn't have any time. And they asked the lady, do you have any Bartles and James? And can you tell me where it is? She's like, yeah.
Did she look
It's
at
over here.
Did she look at your pants?
She was like,
That's
and you have someone duct taped in the back of your van right now, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Where's your trick kite?
Exactly. I got a kite. But yeah,
Oh,
whole
thanks,
wine
Stu.
cooler section. I thought it was. I was like, yeah, he should remember something.
What Bartles and James deli did we do?
If I remember correctly, it was like a lemon ginger or something.
Oh, that's so gross.
Yeah, that's quite sweet.
I'm not
Definitely for kids. Like your kids could drink this today.
Oh, yeah.
Like there's
Be
no
like,
alcohol.
fizzy water.
Yeah.
What is the alcohol on this? 4%.
Yeah, just enough to make it a booze drink.
Yeah.
Oh my
I smell it. I literally can smell it from over
I
here.
bet you can.
Wow.
I totally forgot James was Jaymes.
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
was hip before hip.
I had to Google that when I put it in the notes.
Yeah.
Isn't that the worst? Trying to do like write-ups. I've noticed your write-ups have gotten a little bit longer. Like,
Okay.
a little like you're starting to kind of like expand upon the topic a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you find that to be a pain in the butt when you're having to do it?
No, I kind of like that part because, you know, when you're doing a podcast and then you're throwing it out there for people to listen to, hopefully to listen to,
Yeah.
you're just picking the highlight of the funniest part that you had or something that'll draw people in and make them interested. And a lot of people have had experiences with Bartles and James who grew up in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take a totally opposite approach. I'm horrible at it. I try to tie everything. Like I write out like 5 or 6 things that we touched on,
Right.
and then I try to find a way to tie them all together, and it creates for a mishmash. Like it's like a stream of consciousness that has no beginning or no end and makes no
Right.
sense.
Yeah, when you read our write-ups, it's kind of like we're hoping we're confusing you
Enough to
to
listen.
be like, what in the holy hell is he even getting at here?
That's kind of
Yeah.
the direction I take, which I've realized all these years later, it's a horrible approach.
To be honest, I never read I don't read descriptors on podcasts I listen to. If I like the podcast, I'm going to listen to it.
Either way.
Yeah, no matter what they. Now, if you have a guest on, I'll be like, oh, that's cool. I'll read that. But I don't. Like Corolla's one of my favorites, and he does a little segment right at the beginning of the podcast as to what they talk about, the topics, and I'm like, I don't give a shit. I'm gonna listen.
Yeah. But I've just noticed that Chris is he's writing more
Yeah,
and tying it in more. And I find yours to be interesting and mine to be dreck. And I don't know. I feel like I need to change my style, but then at the same time, I'm like, too late, nerds.
this is what we do.
This is what we do.
That's how
In
we
fact,
do it.
15 minutes from now, I will be trying to figure out the write-up. That is the interesting thing. We used to record on Mondays, and then I had all week to think about it,
Right.
which actually meant that I had all week to forget what the hell we talked about.
Yes.
So I had to listen to the damn episode. And I'm like, what was my point there? And so like, I have to listen to it and then come up with it. Whereas now I'm liking this. We record Thursday. We'll finish this up. I'll throw it in the computer and I will actually do it right now while it's fresh in everyone's mind. And then everyone kind of reminds me what we talked about, which unfortunately tonight is,
We don't think we have to remind you.
yeah, I'm familiar with what this is going to, the name of it was Counterpoint. Now I feel like it's Go Fly a Kite.
Kite Counterpoint.
Yeah, we just recorded last night, and ours comes out tomorrow as well.
Yes.
And tomorrow's episode is Let's Shred, Bruh, but first, eyelashes.
So it's a snowboard snow bunny.
There you go. You got it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. So it's the history of snowboarding and snow bunnies? Or how's this?
No, we just recapped our snowboarding trip. Took all the kids for the first time up to Massanutten.
So this one's not a real Teach Me Babe in the sense that you had a topic. Like, this is just like a personal like recap.
Yeah.
Was the water park open?
I don't know, Stu. We don't do indoor water parks in our family. There's nothing more
I know they got one up there.
disgusting than that.
They got one up there.
I get that.
You don't like them? You never been to a Great Wolf Lodge?
No. It's the one place where COVID
outdoor
is
water
the
park?
last thing you're worried about.
Yeah.
So
I
even
do-
before COVID, you wouldn't go to
No, I've
an
done
indoor.
outdoor water parks, but I've never done indoor.
Yeah.
Fairly
Great Wolf uses UV light, and I know this because they were a client of mine, but every 15 minutes the entire system's zapped.
Great Wolf's pretty cool.
Yeah, tremendous incidence of skin cancer in
Yeah.
people who go there as well.
Yeah, UV light kills sperm. We all know that.
I hope.
The sun uses UV light, Brendan, if you're not aware.
Yeah.
I don't think you're catching any more cancer at a Great Wolf than you do
Literally,
outside.
skin cancer is caused by the UV light.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we're on the same. Is this a counterpoint?
Don't try to work your episode title in now, asshole. We're way past that. Nice try.
Well, he's really hip to
Easy.
the game now,
Yeah.
isn't he?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Chris is really up to speed. That's a lot of fun. That's for you. Chris. That's classy podcasting right there. Let's see you do that on Teach Me.
Thankfully, I'm 10 feet from you at the moment.
You're damn right. All right, I'm gonna wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
It's been there was an hour and 46 minutes, and
It's good stuff.
I really enjoyed the last hour.
Yeah.
I feel like we were just rolling.
If you haven't heard or seen, Jason Jones' band has a some new music coming out, so go check them out. And
You know what I did today? I ordered his shirt.
nice,
Because it's got like this. It's got like this Irish
the
symbol.
the St. Patrick's Day shirt.
And then on the bottom it says "Made in America with parts imported from Ireland."
Nice.
And I was like, yes.
Oh, do you see? He has a promotion out now, too, where you can get 4 songs, live acoustic.
yeah,
Yeah.
Come visit him, hang out.
Zoom
yeah.
visits and all sorts of goodies. Yeah, well, I signed
Yeah, I
up
saw-
for it.
Nice.
Saw that.
Check it out.
I mean, he's doing all kinds of stuff
Yeah.
right now. I mean, I actually talked to him today for a little bit, and I hit him up, and I was like, "Hey, man, I'm ordering your shirt right now." And then he was like, "Oh, man, that's great." And he's like hitting me back on Marco Polo, and he's like, "I'm just sitting at the winery with a bunch of friends." And I was very quickly reminded of how much my life sucks and how awesome his life is, because
Yep.
he was surrounded by women at a winery, sitting at a table with his fucking luxurious hair, looking out over the winery. I was
Great
like,
head of hair.
I was like,
Great
nah,
head of hair.
that's cool. Canceled order. Nah, Jason's the best, man.
Also, Nectar Sunglasses. Go check them out. And for all Brendan and I have been hit up
Oh,
by
that's
a
right.
lot of people.
we
and
made,
we
we had
talked
made
about
an
it
error.
last week.
Oh, we did talk about it.
Yeah, there's
All right.
a big February sale, but starting March, our 30% off will be back up and running.
Yes, you
So-
can drop ITPH in the coupon code. You can get that discount. And there's a lot of new stuff coming in March, so keep your eyes eyes
Yeah,
on
I
the
saw
prize.
that. That's awesome.
It's gonna be great. If you haven't had a chance to check out Teach Me Babe, you can head over to Spotify's where I get it. I don't know if it's other places.
Yeah,
I
it's
listen to
actually
an
on all
app.
of them now. Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes.
Nice.
Say I listen on
All
Apple.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Check out Teach Me Babe. You heard Chris tonight when I wasn't talking, and you can. He's hilarious, and Sam and him do a great job, kind of teaching you about certain topics throughout whatever it is they're really on their mind. It's like this. There's been 2 episodes that are booze related a little bit.
Yeah,
It's the last 2.
But then everything else has not been, and you guys have covered everything. Like fear and tipping was very interesting.
yeah,
to
that
me.
was a good one.
I didn't know anything about tipping. Like I was like, where did
To
that all come
ensure
Other than
prompt
you
service.
overtip.
from? But that's all I've ever.
100%.
That's all I've ever known about
Of the
it. So
time.
it was very interesting to kind of see kind of the ins and outs of that. So
Yeah,
no,
and I'm not opposed to a challenge. If you want to shoot me a topic at chrisandsam@teachmebabe.com, I will step up to the plate.
I like it. I
Yeah,
love
nice.
that. Yeah,
We like topics.
reach out. Yeah, oh, hey, yeah, and don't forget, we would love a topic from time to time. Head on over, send an email to insidethepallethouse@gmail.com.
Random thought.
Chris, thank you so much for coming out tonight, man. It was a blast
buddy.
having you, for sure.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Sorry about the Bartles and James. No. All right,
Thanks
guys.
to Billy for the
Yeah.
deli.
And turning us on to sour IPAs
Yeah.
in general, I think I've got a whole new swath of beers that I
Yep,
need to
yep.
explore. Very excited about that. If you haven't had a chance to Venmo us a bunch of money, you can do that
At Inside the Pallet House.
That's the place. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Rate, review, and if you're listening to Teach Me Babe, rate, review over there. Thank you guys so much. We'll be talking to you next week. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks.
Peace out.
Oh, Chris, I know you hated that. I know you hated that.
That's so fucking old.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go hang out with Bartle and James a little bit.
That was great.
That was a pretty good podcast, don't you think?
Oh, right up till the end.